Hey everyone, it's Liz. Welcome to my first ever voiceover video. Um, it was really weird, kind of like turning the camera on and recording myself like going through my journaling routine for the mornings. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed it and watching the video back, like I think we're kind of getting out of our shell a little bit for this. I was kind of looking at my goals yesterday for the month of May, and one of them is to have a larger presence on YouTube. And I kind of like specifically outlined that I didn't want to just do like monthly recap videos and stuff like that, just because like there's so much space between a month, like that sounded really weird. But there's a lot of time between each month. And I find myself kind of like struggling to post a recap video because it's been so long since I have actually posted. I know like in April, one of my goals was to have a more frequent like posting routine on Instagram. And I honestly did really well with that. I posted quite a few pictures and like reels on Instagram throughout the month of April. So that's going really well so far. But yeah, for the month of May, one of the things that I wanted to focus on was just broadening my YouTube presence. So I thought, why not let me record like some mornings or evenings in my journals. So right now, what I'm doing is I am drawing out the calendar for June, and I realized that I, for some reason, did not mark off the spaces properly. So I'm missing like an entire week. And now I'm just like going back in and redrawing the fifth week of June. And then I add in June 30th at the bottom. I really don't know like what was going on in my brain when I'd first like marked out where the days would fall in the calendar, but I don't know, like for some reason I just totally miscounted, I guess, and it was fine. I only did the markings in pencil, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. I just kind of like counted out the spaces that I'd missed and just drew the line with my micron. I do like to use a 0.5 micron because it does create like a thicker line. Normally I would go for like a 0.2 or a 0.1, but I just wanted the boldness of the line on the calendar just because I wouldn't be decorating too much with like stickers. I only really plan to have like a few stickers to decorate the month, like really small ones, and then I kind of just save the days to actually put like stickers in those. So yeah, I'm really liking the way that I laid out the calendars in this notebook. I think it just works for me, so I don't really foresee myself changing that anytime soon. As I'm watching this back, I realized that for Saturday and Sunday, you guys can't actually see me drawing the lines for them. I didn't look up and make sure that I was in frame, but you guys aren't missing anything. It's just, continuing to complete out the calendar. Now I'm counting out the days, just to make sure that I have all 30 days of June. And obviously, like we do, so good to go there. Now I'm flipping back to the current weekly section in my planner, and I have a couple things to update here, like my trackers, adding some tasks to my running log on the right hand side, and then just adding in some events for today. If you guys did watch my YouTube video that I posted on Sunday, I actually had a totally different way that I tracked meals on the weekly section, and I basically like wrote out like what I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I realized that it was just taking up too much space and I wasn't able to kind of like put more information on the right page for the weekly spread. So I decided to consolidate it with icon stickers where I would just have like 3 rows for my meal tracking, because I know like for me, I know like the first square is breakfast, second is lunch, and last is dinner. So I really could just track whether I've eaten in those specific times during the day. I also realized that whenever I did the meal tracker in the previous weeks, I wouldn't really like care too much about what I ate. It was really just seeing if I ate during the day at those times. So that was another reason that I decided to just consolidate it into kind of like little boxes with X's in them. Right now, I'm adding some tasks to my running log, and I'm really liking this new addition. So I think I'm going to continue it in the following weeks just because there are a couple things that are on my mind or that do come up where I don't really know when they're going to occur or when I'm going to complete them. So just having that space to be able to write some tasks in and then mark off whenever I do complete them is really nice. Now I'm looking for my weather icon to put in the left-hand side of my weekly section. And it is currently like super cloudy. It's going to be cloudy like all day and potentially like drizzle in the early afternoon. So I'm just putting that there. And it's a sticker from Randy Dot Plans. I really like her weather stickers, so being able to incorporate it in my weekly section in my planner has been a nice little like muted pop of color. I'm just updating my sleep tracker, and the way that I do this is just write the number of the time in the box for when I went to sleep and then when I woke up for the next day. And now I'm currently just adding some tasks in the day that I know I'm going to accomplish or have already accomplished. So yeah, that's really all for my planner, at least for right now in the video. Now I'm pulling out my bullet journal, and there are a couple things that I wanted to do in here. I'm gonna update the page for today soon, but one of the things that I had written in my planner was to go back in and put a little piece of like washi tape down at the very bottom of yesterday's entry. So I decided to go with May's theme from the Coffee Monsters Co. I really like I just love the colors in this theme, so I decided to just put that in there. I think they also complement the Hubman and Chub Girl little P on Monday's entry, so I think that's pretty cool. I am also thinking about using some stickers from my June Hubman and Chub Girl subscription kit, just because like they're both kind of like market themed. So like May's Coffee Monster theme is like markety fruit veggies, and so is Hubman and Chub Girl's June theme. So I think I'm going to use some of those stickers for June since I already got them. Now I'm moving to the current day, which again is the 7th of May. And usually what I do to kind of like break in the page is I will get my like circular weather icon from Beautiful Mess Plans. Again, like I'm choosing a cloudy icon. I really do like these little icon stickers just because they have like the little character sticker with it. And I find that these just take up the top portion of the page a little bit better than using my Randy Dot Plan stickers. I think they fit perfectly in the weekly section for my planner. And I just wanted to continue tracking weather in my bullet journal just because it's just something that it's just a habit, honestly, because I did it all through April and I just really like the way that it makes the page kind of look like filled in and complete. So usually what I do in this section is I just write like a little blurb or like description about the weather. Because today is cloudy, I really just talked about how it was mostly cloudy today and it will rain a little bit later in the afternoon. So, a change that I'm thinking about making in my daily layout is to stop using date stickers for each of the pages. I think it's just me like kind of forward planning for the potential bulk that I would have with 12 months like complete in here. And I'm kind of a little wary of what that would look like, continuing to put the date stickers like in that top left hand portion of the page. So I think what I'm going to do is just go back to writing out the entire day of the week and day like I've done in my April pages since I'm copying them in. I really do like how it looks like aesthetically, and I never really had an issue with writing in the dates themselves. I think I kind of just wanted to use up some of my like date stickers that I've accumulated over the year. But honestly, I can use them for whenever in whatever I want to use them for because it doesn't have a year attached to the day, thankfully. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about making a change with. But I've already pre-stuck down the remainder of this week, so I won't be able to start that until next week. I chose a little sticker from one of my Satelier sticker sheets. It's pretty small and light, so you guys can't see what it is, but it's a little clock, and this is what I'm kind of using to add to my little blurb about some early morning content, which is this video. So, yeah, that's what I'm about to start writing in there. Usually in my morning routine, I don't write too much on the page just because most of the day hasn't occurred yet. So I will go in and write in my days if I haven't already. And then I will put down my weather sticker, write my little weather blurb, and then I'll usually write something in the left hand side of the page, something like pretty small that's already occurred, or like just a happy thought that I have to kind of like break in the page so that when I come back to it in the evening or afternoon, the page is kind of like already broken in and I can just go through and fill out the rest of the page. That wraps up my bullet journal for this portion of the video. I do end up going back into it to add something to it, but you guys will see that later on. Now I'm grabbing my memory keeper from Hemlock and Oak. This is an A5 minimalist weekly, and I'm really loving this planner. So I opened to May's calendar because I wanted to add that I would be getting Happy Mail today. I was supposed to get this yesterday, but I got a notification from UPS saying that it was delayed. So I got a notification today, this morning, saying that it was out for delivery. So now I can finally put my sticker down, and kind of write that I'm getting Happy Mail today. So the difference between this calendar and my planner is that this is really just memory keeping, so I can look at some happy moments throughout the month from a monthly perspective. I don't really like to duplicate information for the most part, but there are some things that I will write in, in my different notebooks. But for the most part, I do like to kind of keep different types of information in all of my notebooks. So because this is my memory keeper, I really just use the monthly calendar to write in happy moments like Happy Mail or my daughter's graduation later on this month. This is what my weekly section is currently looking like. So I'm going in and kind of just filling in some of the stuff that have already occurred because it's around 6 o'clock in the morning. So I guess nothing has really occurred other than me starting to do my voiceover for the video. So that's what I'm writing in here. And then I have a couple other things that I know are going to happen later on in the morning. Just because it's just part of our daily like routine. So I write those in there as well. One thing that I really enjoy about this spread is how I have kind of made each of the days look pretty symmetrical. Um, I just, I think it's like a perfectionist thing, but I really like being able to center all of the stuff that I write in each day together. Um, I think like together with the stickers. So I like to put the stickers in the very center portion of the day. And I like to have what I write underneath each sticker kind of like center on the sticker itself. So it takes a little bit more time because I'm mostly like eyeballing or like counting out spaces to make sure that whatever I write in there is centered on the sticker. And there are quite a few times where it doesn't center out or I kind of like miscalculate. So I'll usually like fill it in by adding more to like the little entry, or I'll put like a dot or a star or a heart or something like that to kind of even it out. It's not really like too big of a deal, but I think like for me, aesthetic wise, like that's how I would prefer things to look. So one thing that I started doing under the sticker that I choose for work, which is a laptop sticker from Ellen's Journals, I have started to write in some like key tasks that I need to accomplish while I'm at the office, just because I've realized like flipping through the previous weeks in my memory keeper, I'm working for a good period of the day. So it usually ends up being like blank, which I don't really like. And I find myself using up like stickers or like pretty stickers to like put and fill in the blank pages. But I think adding some of those key admin tasks kind of really helps fill up the space a little bit better. Now I'm putting in a little envelope from Rainy Dot Plans in the bottom portion of today's area, and that's just to basically like be a reminder to come back and write in that I received happy mail and like what that happy mail was. So yeah, I will fill that in later on today, but I just want to put the sticker in. On the left hand side, I do have a couple trackers that I like to put in my memory keeper. And it's just, did I do my skincare routine? Did I do my nail care routine? Did I take Joe to school? And then did I play with my cat? So those are just very like small things that I didn't necessarily want to put in my planner. Now I'm pulling my planner back out to finish setting up the monthly calendar for June. One of the things that I started doing in my 3-month bullet journal before I migrated over to my 411, and then what I did in the setups for April and May, is I like to continue the boxes on the monthly calendar so that it's like a complete rectangle. I don't really know when I really had the idea to do it. I just know I kind of like tested it out one day and then really liked it and just continued. So I like to draw the days that are like in the previous month or the next month that fall in like a perfect rectangle. I like to draw them in pencil just because they're not actual days that I'm going to be planning on this page for the month, but I just like to have them there. I think it's like for an aesthetic thing because later on in this video, you'll see me use some month or some weekday stickers from Rainy Dot Plans. And for some reason, I don't know. I think it's like a perfectionist thing too, because I want all the weekdays to like align in a straight line. If you look at like pre-made calendars, they do the same thing where they have like the perfect boxes, even if they're days from the previous month or the next month. So I think I just kind of wanted to mirror that in my planner. I also sometimes use this space to kind of like add stickers or like monthly to-dos so that I'm not using up some of like the blank portion towards the bottom of the page. What I've liked to do is now kind of do like a monthly like wish list, because there are some things, I call it like my sticker maintenance log. Sometimes I'm like low on stickers and I like to make a mental note to at like some point during the month purchase some more stickers so that by the time I run out, those orders are either shipped or basically delivered. So now I'm going through my lovely amount of sticker sheets from Randy Dot Plans, and I'm specifically looking for weekday stickers so I can finish setting up my calendar. But for some reason my brain was telling me that I still had a sticker sheet left where I had one section of weekday stickers on it, so I'm like quite furiously looking for these stickers that don't exist, y'all. Like, I used the sticker sheet up, so I'm gonna have to, use a different one, which that's what I eventually get to. But again, I'm giving myself some grace because it is like 5:40-ish in the morning, so I'm still like kind of tired. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was drawing in the lines in pencil to complete like the rectangles for the calendar. I just really like the way that all the month or all the weekday stickers are in a straight line across the pages. For some reason, like I just don't really vibe with having like Monday through Sunday in this, or Monday through Saturday in this case, like at the very top portion of where they fall on the page, and then having Sunday like floating up towards the top of the page. So normally I would use my weekday stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. bullet journal, like sticker sheet. But what I realized in like looking back in my 3-month bullet journal is because I like to have skinny monthly calendar boxes, a lot of those stickers would kind of like overlap a little bit and the spacing would look a little bit off by the time I finished like putting Monday through Sunday on the page. So I decided to go with my Randy Dot Plans weekday stickers so that they could all be centered in the same way. I'm referring back to this month's calendar to see where I put my icon sticker to start my monthly wish list for June. I decided to use a sticker from Ellen's Journals. It's like a little cat with a heart on it. So I'm checking back a few times to look and see where I placed it so that it can kind of be the same way for this month. So now I'm setting up the last portion of my monthly calendar, and I really like the fact that I decided to draw in a little section on the left-hand side of the page so that I can write descriptions of what occurs during the day. This is purely for aesthetics. It's not really for anything else, but I just didn't want to have too much of like a gap in between where Monday starts and like the end of the page on the left hand side. So being able to fill it in with like little descriptions of what occurs during the month based on like the week that they occur in, it kind of just, I don't know, it makes me feel a little bit better about how the page is a little bit more filled up. As I flip back to my May calendar, you guys can kind of see what I was talking about on the left-hand side. In the first week of May, I wrote in some descriptions based on the stickers that I'd placed in the week. Right now, what I'm doing is lightly drawing in a pencil line for the days that I'm going to be traveling to Georgia. This is usually like the way that I like to pre-plan some of those events, just based on not necessarily uncertainty if they're going to occur, but because it's so far down into the month, I just like to use pencil, and then I'll go back in and trace over the pencil with a micron when that week like gets there. Now I am looking for my travel sticker from Happy Mail Studios. I do like to separate all of my different like shop stickers with the Hobonichi A6 like sticker sleeves. I find them like very useful and the perfect size to like put my stickers in them. So I have 3 of them because it came in a pack of 3, and I kind of like matched each of the vibes to how I kind of saw them matching with the sticker brands that I have. So now I'm just going through and putting these away in my Hobonichi pouch that I've had for over a year, and it's still holding up really nicely. So I really like it. The last thing that I do in this video is I go back to my bullet journal, which you'll see in a little bit, but I decided to finally paste in the card that I got in my most recent order from Ellen's Journals. I did paste in the first one that I'd ever gotten, but I only cut out the little portion up top that says thank you for your order, just because the rest of the card was blank. But for this one, I'm keeping the entire thing because Ellen did write like a little personalized note on there. So obviously that's going to go in my bullet journal. I guess I didn't really know how I wanted it to go in there until now. And it's honestly pretty simple. I'm just using some matte washi tape that I got from Hemlock and Oak, white, and well, it's kind of like off-white, I want to say. Yeah, but I'm deciding to use that to stick it into my bullet journal on the day that I got my order from Ellen's Journals. So this day was I think this day was Saturday when I got this order. And Saturday is one of my favorite pages so far in May. For some reason, like my handwriting and the sticker choices, like they all just came together so well. So I really was excited to kind of like look at the page again and add this little card to it. So we're at the end of the video for the most part, and if you're still here and watching, I definitely hope you enjoyed it. This was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I really did enjoy doing this voiceover. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and definitely please like and subscribe if this is your vibe. Bye.